Hello lovelies, it's Lesley, not quite enough distance. How are we? Hope everyone's alright. Thank you for all the comments and the thoughts and wishing me rest. I didn't have a restful Saturday. I was moving stuff around in this office again. Basically I play Tetris a lot in this office, moving stuff around, trying to make it better. But I have a fabulous cabinet, which I'll try and show you some footage of in a minute, which I bought when we moved into this house a few years ago. It's a second-hand piece, thinking it would be a good filing cabinet and place for the printer in this room. And then when it arrived, excuse me, I found out it's actually a stand for sheet music. So for a long time I had it downstairs next to my piano. Now I play the piano very rarely, pretty badly as well, probably because it's very rarely. And I haven't played for some time, so I thought this piece of furniture is not really being used to its full potential because it's just storage. It's not really being utilised. So I decided to move a bookcase from out here, so my knitting books are now on the shelves this side and on the top of the cabinets and stuff, and to use this bit of furniture with my printer on top as it should be used. I've been having a bit of a sort out generally. I've got a large box of things to go to the charity shop. Need to book an appointment to deliver them to their warehouse. I've sold my first item of clothing on Vinted. I'm waiting for some delivery, some collection of some books that are being sold. Basically, I'm trying to kind of pare things down a little and get rid of stuff that I realised I haven't used, I haven't really looked at. Don't worry, my pretties, you're all safe. The yarn's not going anywhere, except onto needles or hooks, but yes, it's I've been having a bit of a sort out. So Saturday, I was reading your lovely messages telling me to rest because I was very tired in between moving furniture around. But today is Monday morning. Yes, I should be working, but I'd much rather talk to you lovelies. Yesterday was a very restful day. I've spent a lot of the weekend looking at my screen, but in a fun way. So Saturday evening was the Zoom call hosted by Barbara of Flame and Fibre, along with Valerie, who looks after the IT side. So thank you both to you and to everyone who was on there. It's so lovely to see folks, and we have quite a giggle. And then yesterday I was on a Zoom call with some other friends. I think we were on for about 3 hours. That was a long one even for us. But yeah, lovely to catch up with people. So the beginning of the working week. Not as busy a week as last week, I think. Depends on the phone ringing, of course. But yeah, generally not quite so fraught. So hopefully I'll get more crafting done. I did yesterday finish the front of my sister's sweater, and I've started the sleeve, so feels as if progress is definitely happening. Yeah, I've just got to keep ploughing on. Yes, not long now. And also I was working for a bit yesterday on the second magpie tendency. I'll hopefully show you some of these things before the end of the week, because there'll be some proper progress done. So yeah, so that's it for the moment. Again, thank you for all your comments. Hope you're all well, and I'll speak to you later in the week. Cheers. It's a while since I made a row lag, and I don't think I did it quite right. But it's spinning after a fashion. I'm doing this for the pleasure of doing it more than looking for anything in particular, so we'll get by. Hello lovelies. I am casting off my second magpie tendency. It is a heavily modified version of the pattern, and I think we can safely call it busy. Even by my standards, it's busy. But I will tell you all about it on the Month End podcast, by which point it will also have been blocked. Oh, there we are. And the ends woven in and everything. So it'll be absolutely finished rather than in the casting off stage. But that is where we are at the moment. This does not mean that I have finished my sister's sweater. This is the project that I was working on when I needed a break from that. And this was always going to be a quicker finish, because although it's for me, not my sister, and is therefore a bigger size, it's also on substantially bigger needles. So it was always going to be a quicker make. But nearly done, which is always exciting. Now, I have been watching in the last few months some podcasts that are relatively new to me, and I'm very conscious that I've been all take and no give, because like a lot of people, I get to know about podcasts because other people suggest them, and I've been watching these podcasts thinking, oh yeah, they're good fun, and not suggesting them on. So thank you to those who've suggested them to me, and apologies for not having spoken to you lovelies about them sooner. You may well be aware of them already, but if not, here are, like I say, a few that I've been watching newly. Is that a word? It was Anthony Newley. No, that's something else. In the last sort of few months. So the first is Liz, who is the Black Knitter. And she is a very interesting person, works at a university. Her approach is to promote makers, dyers, designers, crafters of colour. And she knits beautifully, creates some fantastic things, is fascinating, really interesting, has a lot of insight in her podcast. So I'm very much enjoying watching her. So that's Liz, the Black Knitter. I've also been watching Alice, Soxy Nana Alice, who is in Canada. And she also does tutorials, so I will link to her channel below. Who else? Oh, Karen, the recreational knitter, or recreation knitter. She gets her name from the fact that she is travelling around the States in an RV. So if you like the travelogue part of any knitting podcasts, then Karen is probably a good one for you. She talks about her knitting, and then she shows you footage of places they've been visiting, and talks about, you know, the places they've seen as well. So I will link her below. And there's one that I haven't watched yet, but I've heard from a couple of sources. So this weekend I hope to start watching, and that's Tea and Biscuit. Apologies, but I will link the channel below. And like I say, that's one that I've heard about from a couple of sources, and will hopefully get to see this weekend and then start watching. Now, I appreciate that, you know, you probably have a full quota of podcasts, because we all do, and I'm always saying I'm behind on my podcasts. So you may not be looking for anyone new, but if you are, here are a few to wet your whistle, as it were. Yes. We've got lovely sunny weather here at the moment, although the forecast is for storms, so I think we've got to make the most of this. And again, I should be working, but I'd rather chat to you lovelies. I'm not anywhere near as busy as I was last week, so I can afford to take a bit of time to sit and chat and cast off my sweater. So that's a nice thing to be able to do. It's nice to be busy. It's nice to have work. Pays for those little luxuries like heating, lighting, food. You know, the niceties of life. But it is nice to be able to take a few minutes, get the needles, and have a chat. So I will catch up with you soon. I'm not sure I've got much else on this week, so there might just be a sort of final wrap up, and as Douglas Adams would say, so long and thanks for all the fish segment at the end. But for now, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Now the next line was, the sun has gone to bed and so must I. Not yet. Tempting, but not yet. Okay, so it needs blocking, but my magpie is done. I've woven the ends in. The neckline is huge, I may need to do something about that, but it's finished. Full details at month end. So there we go then, lovelies. I have a new sweater finished, which means I'm back working on my sister's sweater, which I have to hand. I'm on the sleeve, so it's not so bad. It's the first sleeve so far, so I've just got to finish that, the other sleeve, sew it together, neckband, and we're done. The deadline is June the 8th, so I should be fine. But yeah, happy with this. It is a bit busy, but yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. So what have we got this week? Plodding on. There is potentially a drumming event Saturday. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go. The son of one of our members is getting married and some folks are drumming at the reception, but I don't think I'm able to do that one. But apart from that, not much planned. Next week, lots of ceremonies, but I've been doing the prep this week, so that shouldn't be too intense. And that's about it. Bit squeaky. It's first thing, well, I say first thing in the morning. It's 9 o'clock. That's first thing for me. I don't normally talk till later. So, yeah, fairly early. And onwards and upwards. So I hope you're all okay. Thank you for all the comments and thoughts from previous podcasts and blogs. Much appreciated. Hope you're all well. I hope life is treating you kindly. We had storms overnight. Apparently, they didn't wake me up. And they didn't wake the dog up, so she didn't wake me up. So we're all good. Yeah, so it's quite fresh out there compared to the sort of sticky heat of yesterday, so that's welcome. But that is it for this week. So thank you for being here, and take good care, and I'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.